really the type who would want to learn all the time back in the day before Riway. But Riway made me an observer of life and an observer of people. And that's true. I learn from each and every single Riway leader that I meet and I talk to. And more importantly, more than learning, I am inspired. Because like our second sharer said, no, there are a lot of frustrations in Riway. So if you're a first timer, are you a first timer? First timer. Ngayon pa lang, congratulations! Congratulations! I always say this, the first time I went to a Riway event was when my life turned around. 180. Maybe a little bit, 270. A little bit than 180. So, right now I have that culture and that value that I give so much premium on these events. So the first thing I kind of teach my teammates or my new teammates is that you really have to be present in all of the events because my mind evolved. I matured on the platform because I keep attending events. Kahit na local events like this, because the people seem to think that when you go to an event, you're gonna learn from the speaker. Maybe, that's true, right? Maybe. But more than the speaker, you learn from each of the people who are here. And it's not just the story that we hear that makes us want to be like them, yung naga-share sa stage. But more importantly, it's the spirit that pervades this room. I don't know if you can understand or make a sense of what I'm saying. When you step inside a Riway office, a Riway event, there's a certain excitement that you cannot quite put your finger on. You don't know exactly what it is, but it's there. And even if you go to an international event where you cannot understand what people are saying, like that event in Thailand, in Taiwan, you cannot understand a word they're saying, but there's something about the environment that makes you want to go, maybe I should go another time. Maybe I should see a little bit more. One of the invites that we have in Manila, one of our Diamond 3-star, she invited Merlinda Subang. She invited her cousin to the LTS. She had no OPP, she had no prior meeting, she just went to the OPP. And what she told me was really mind blown. I was mind blown. Very simple observation, but she said, well, I was listening to Loman Shen and all the other Pegasus, para akong hinihigop. Parang right there and then, I didn't know anything about Pure Tear, didn't know anything about Riway. There's just something about what they're saying that she did not understand 100%, but there's just something about it that makes her go, maybe I can be like them. And so this event is actually an avenue for you to see what your future can be like, right? Because I remember the first time I came to a leader sharing was in this office. And the first person I listened to that really got me so intrigued with Riway is our Team Supreme Pegasus 2, Tita Beth Montero. 3, Tita Beth Montero. Tita Beth is now 65 years old. She met Riway when she was literally dying from colorectal cancer, no? But when she came up here, she was looking so nice in her 3-piece suit that she said she liked so much because she was wearing it for already 3 days. Hindi halata dahil I remember what she said. Sabi niya, I like Riway because our uniform is this. Kahit 3 araw na pinipilaan sa takilya. Okay pa rin. But more importantly, she was telling us about, how her journey was and all that. And now, Kuya Rad said something that I really kind of reminded me of what it felt like on my first leader sharing. She said, Today, I stand in front of you with my dreams slowly coming true. And I said, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to be. I want all of my dreams to come true, to come alive, to not just live in my head, but really live in my reality. And when I accepted that invitation to come to Relay, I had no grand dreams. No, I only want to be well enough. I didn't even believe that Pure Tear can make me healthy. I just wanted to be a little bit healthy enough to see my son through college and maybe see him graduate, maybe see him get married, but really had no big hopes. But slowly, I felt the health coming back. I felt life really come back. And then I thought, what's next? Well, what's next is we just want to enjoy the product for free, correct? No grand dreams of ever getting my dreams become reality. Nothing like that yet. But slowly, diba, I went to the, nag-graduate ko, I went to the next stage. So I wanted to use the product for free. And then, of course, if you're in Relay, you know that that's gonna happen. That's not even a thing we have to talk about, right? You're gonna use the product for free. Then I said, maybe it would be nice to buy a new car. And then, of course, it happened. And then I said, maybe it's nice to go abroad and travel. And then it happened. And then what's next, right? There's got to be more. Because as we grow in the business, as we grow in the platform, it gets more difficult, right? It's one thing, I was talking to a friend earlier, and she said, I didn't realize that it was this difficult. I didn't know it was this challenging. I wasn't expecting for this to be this challenging. And it's different when you're working with people. People are funny. People are funny, and then they have their own agenda. People are funny that they act up, right? People are funny that they have their own dreams and they expect you to have that dream too. And if you do not have that shared experiences, you do not have that shared goal, it's very difficult to work with people because people are strange. Tama. I remember when I was working as I was a business development consultant working from home. I would be in my room almost 24/7. I don't ever go out. I just go out to eat, come back to my room to rest. That's where I work. My workplace is 3 steps from my bed. Diba? So I didn't really have to go out. But every weekend, I would tell my husband, can you take me outside? I want to see how people are. I had no life outside the 4 corners of my room. I thought it was okay. But as I worked there, I realized there's got to be so much more in life, right? Than just making money. I was making good money. If you think about it, I was making good money. But nothing compared to Relay, of course. But I thought, I never knew any other opportunity. So just that. And then, so, fast forward na, coming into Relay, all of the things that I wanted for myself are coming true. And so I said, what's next? And then last week, Ken mentioned that there were no Team Elites here last week, right? Because last week there was a Team Elite meeting in Manila. And I was so happy to note that in the Philippines, there are only about 150 Team Elites. Lakpakan na namin. You know why? It's good because of 2 things. It means that 150 people has done it before. There's no excuse for you not to do it, correct? And it's also good because there's not so many yet, diba? So parang, wow, when James Chong said, there are about 150 Team Elites in the Philippines, about 100 are here inside this room, I thought, wow, my teammates have a lot of spaces pa to become Team Elites, right? And a lot of the things that were spoken there are kind of heavy, feels heavy in my heart. James Chong was dropping truth bombs, every single time dropping truth bombs. And one of the things that really hit me that he said is, if you want to build business in Reway, if you want to grow big on the platform, you really have to look for people that will collaborate with you and will become your own people. Yeah. What does that mean? They want to do the things you want for them to do without complaining. No complaining. Because after all, everything that we're doing here is not for your upline. It's not even for Reway, if you think about it. It's really for you. We are really working for our lives. It just so happened that there's this entity called Reway that tells you what to do, where to go, and how to do it. And isn't that a grand thing for us to have, right? Because I was a corporate slave for over 20 years. So I started working when I was 5 years old. I was a corporate slave for 20 years. I worked my beautiful ass off, had nothing to show for it. Coming into Reway just a few years, I'm a very different person in my body and spirit. My body and spirit. Oy, those who know me prior to Reway would know that, di ba? They would know. Dugyot ako dati. Ngayon, semi na lang. Semi-dugyot. But coming into Reway, no, sabi nila, there's this book called Think and Grow Rich. Sabi nila, there are many reasons why we are not successful. It could be because we did not marry the right person. If you're married right now and you think that the person you're married to is not the right one, divorce. Charot. Joke. Sabi daw, the person you married. So if you're not married yet, congratulations. Look for someone who's going to be right. If you're a Reway person, look for someone inside the Reway. Because people outside of Reway. Yes, wow. Yes. So do you have your eyes on, sir? Ay, kamangita. Oh, looking. Look for somebody inside Reway because people outside of Reway will be so hard-pressed to understand your culture. And if your wife or your husband does not understand this, it's going to be a problem. Okay. Second, you will not be successful if your brain is not right. Meaning may incapacitation or ano dyan. Okay. So, medyo hard-pressed also to be successful. And then, the one thing she mentioned is that the people that you socialize with and the company that you work with will make you successful. And that's exactly what this platform is. Because like I said, I've been in the corporate business for 20 years, nothing happened to me. My life, you know, when I left corporate work, I had a lot of utang. I have a car, but with utang. I was sick because the lifestyle is different. But now coming into Reway, everything fell into place. Wow. Everything just fell into place. I sleep better, I walk better, I look better. Yeah. Mag-disagree na karoon na panyapon, ha? And it's all because of this Reway platform. Almost 4 years na rin naman. Tukuluyan, no? With Miss Janet, right here in front of me, Pegasus in 4 months. Tapos ako yung Pavo in 4 years. But, like Ken said, ano ka na, Ken? 13 lines. Let's go. Let's do it. So, naku pala, you know, dati, when I was new, it's very difficult for me to come up to the stage. Robert would always tell me, sige na, you commit na. It's very difficult for me to stand on the stage and go, I want to be Team Elite Pavo. Because I did not understand the community so well. I thought, tinikal ka na naman daw. Basi mabala, sila ka tinikal ka. But on the contrary, I realized when you step up on the stage and you said, I want to be a Team Elite Pavo, I want to be a Team Elite Pegasus, it's actually a cry for help. You're telling your people, I need your help in whatever way you can give it to me because I'm fighting this big fight. Correct. And this big fight that we're all fighting to become Team Elites is not just for us, right? Because after all, Team Elite Pegasus Janet is already Team Elite Pegasus. You know? But if we stand here and we do something quite extraordinary, because new people especially, would think that being team elite is still quite extraordinary. But if you think about it, it's really not. So brainwash yourselves into thinking that you can become a team elite.
Yes.
You really, really can. The moment I made a decision that I will become a team elite, I became a team elite.
Yes.
That's all it takes for you to think in your head and really believe it with everything that you've got, with every ounce of, with every cell in your body, that you can be it, you will be it. No? So, but more than the mindset, really, it's Riway is saying, find people that can collaborate with you. And so now, given that idea, I realize when I talk to people now, and it would seem like a sales call, or it would seem like a presentation for them to join me on the business, I realize if you're a Riway leader, that role is flipped. What do I mean by that? When we're talking to people, we're not out there to get them to join our team. It really is an interview process to see if they are the right people for us. And when that is our mindset, that conversation is a lot easier on us and on them also, right? So when I talk to people, I'm not out there thinking na I will get his check at the end of the conversation. That's not the point. The point is, will I come away thinking that this person will be a good member of my team?
Yes.
Right? How much work do I need to do? If this person decides to become part of my team, how much work do I need to do? How much time do I need to give this person? How much of my talent, how much of my beauty will this person consume until that person is team elite, or until that person is a big leader? And so that's one of the things that I learned that weekend. No? Who are your own people? Do you have your own people? Okay. Second, this one is pretty heavy. I cried the entire time that James Chong was talking about this. Oh, ka na umiyak, ma'am. James Chong said, in Myanmar, there was a civil war, there was COVID, there was, it's illegal to do network marketing. You would go to jail, straight to jail, if the government would know that you are doing network marketing. So I cannot imagine for the life of me how they're doing it. But in Myanmar, there are more Team Elite Pegasus over there than here in the Philippines. Okay? In Taiwan, you cannot come up on stage and go, dati diabetic ako, ngayon wala na. Dati may bukol sa boob si ma'am, ngayon wala na. You cannot say that. If you say that, you will go to jail also. So you can all you can say is, I took pure tear, now I feel okay. I took pure tear, I walk better. Ganun lang. Because of the strict FDA standards and FDA rules. And yet, in Taiwan, there are over 1,003 stars, 200 Pegasus. They are the number one in terms of the market. And when we went to Taiwan, I realized how small Taiwan is. From north to south is 4 hours. North to south, that's the entire country already. 22 million Taiwanese. How many Filipinos? 100. Oh, let's say, kasi buntis ang friend ko, 114,001. Next month. 114 million. So, the resource, and Taiwan has no natural resources. Everything is imported, and yet Taiwan is Taiwan. No? So, James Chong's question was, what's wrong with that picture? Ano ba problema natin? What is wrong with that picture? And then, he said something like, in the Philippines, if you're making 200,000, you're considered rich, alta sociedad. 200,000. Because if you would talk to a regular employee, government employee, that person, I know someone who's a regional director, took him 40 years to get there. When he retired, he was making 76,000 pesos. Regional director, 40 years in the making, In Riway, you come here, you work, I'm not allowed to say, but you will become rich. Can I just say that?
Yes.
Okay lang ba, Nathan? Can I say, you will become rich? So, when you're already rich, you're already comfortable, okay na rin. Diba? Eh, sabi ni Tito Rad nga, ay ni Kuya Rad nga, more than nga eh. May properties, my assets, all because of Leeway. So James Chong seems to think na we are what we are how we are because we don't care about others. That's what he was saying. But the talent of James Chong is he said it in such a positive way. But I was getting hit, I was crying again. I will not cry. Huh? I hope. But I was crying for my country. I was crying, especially when I go to Manila. It's very depressing talaga. The picture in Manila is very, very depressing. The last time we were there was during the LTS. I saw a family by the sidewalk with karton eating I don't know what. That's why I love Iloilo. Iloilo is my happy place. When I get out of Iloilo, even going to Cebu or Davao, you see so much poverty. You see so much dreams unfulfilled. A lot of dreams unfulfilled. And we're supposed to be a country of talented people. Tama? We would do anything and everything to make money. I was willing to do anything and everything to make money as long as it's legal. And yet when we're presented with a fantastic opportunity as Leeway, what do we say? Udlay na. Udlay na. Oo, wala ko kwarta. Masakit ko. Wala ko pangilala. Udlay na. Andyan na tayo. But what is hapus in this world? What is easy? What is easy? There's nothing is ever easy. If I stayed in the corporate world, I would be dead by now. And that's not an exaggeration, dramatic naman. That's not an exaggeration because if I had been in the BPO during COVID, I would have contracted COVID, I would have died from COVID because it's 5 times more likely for somebody who has diabetes to die from COVID or to end up in the ICU. I was dying. And then with COVID, ay naku, tapos na ang maliligayang araw natin. But with Leeway, I keep saying it, I have to keep saying it, life is better. But more than that, what are we doing for others? What are we doing for others? And siguro deep in my heart, even before I joined Leeway, maybe deep in my heart, I always have that compassion, maybe that for others. But I had no resources. So between my survival and their survival, who do you think would I choose, right? But now, because things are so much better, now I can think about the dreams of my teammates. No? Their dreams, I know exactly what they want in their lives. Because their dreams are my dreams. I don't dream for me anymore. Leeway has taught me that for my dreams to come true, others' dreams should be prioritized. And just before we started this conversation, I was talking to Nathan, and I was telling Nathan I was bitchy. And Nathan said, Nova, in networking, we say, the more you recruit, the more you earn, correct? In Leeway, the more you help people, the more you earn.
Correct.
The more that you are rewarded, it's really the perfect platform. Because the more that you help people, the more that you are rewarded. You cannot find anything better than that. No? So, what I want to say is, that let us not waste this opportunity. No matter how difficult it still is so much better than out there. Still is so than out there. When you have a Leeway business, you have an insurance. You don't even have to think about retirement. And a lot of us don't really get that sometimes. You know why I said that? Because I only realized that if I have a Leeway business and I'm able to build that business very, very well, I don't have to think about retirement. I wouldn't have to care about SSS. or anything else. Because this business that I've built, if I built it well, I placed the right people there, I don't have to work a day in my life when I get to maybe 50 or 60 years old, and yet my family would still be generously provided. My son, who is 13 now, 14, in 4 years will become a Riway leader.
Wow.
I know exactly where he is going now. Did you know what you will be when you were 14 years old?
Oh.
When I was 40, I didn't know where I was gonna be because I became a Riway member at 40. At up until that point, tama yung sinasabi ni Kuya Rad eh. Yung parang give up ka na. Wala na, okay na. Parang sige na lang kung ano na lang mangyari. Baka manalo sa loto, baka sakali. The only way, it's very sad looking back. The only way that I thought I could get out of poverty was if I sold my body. Or, bakit ba? If I sold my body or win the lotto, that's all. Can you imagine? And then Riway came along, and Riway is, I cannot begin to tell you what Riway is to me, to my family, to my son, and to the future generation. So going back, my son is 14. He knows exactly what he was gonna be at 18. There was a time when I brought him to one of the sharings, and I said, "My son, when he is 18, he will change the world." And my son was sitting there, "Oh my God, what is this woman saying?" And he will change the lives of so many. He will be a person of substance, and etc. etc. So after that, when I met him, I said, "Did you like my speech? I had you in mind when I was saying that." And he's like, "No, I did not sign up for that. I only want to be your assistant. That's all I want to be." So I said, "You have to learn to drive because you're going to be my driver also." My son at 14 did not realize how such a powerful person he was going to be. Would he be given that same opportunity if I had stayed as a lowly employee? I don't think so. So now I'm here in Riway, not just thinking of me, thinking of my teammates, thinking of the city, thinking of the type of man that I am raising to be to be the citizen of the future Philippines, right? So do not, I don't know, if you're new, you probably don't realize the things that I'm saying yet. Ano naman, pakambala naman. But if you're a Riway leader and you've stayed long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are out to change the world.
Yes.
Not this city. This city is not it yet. We are out to change the world. And you better believe that one day, an Ilongga will be standing on a Riway stage, talking to everybody who could not speak English in English.
Yes.
And then I will ask, do you all have your translator devices? Kasi nakakapagod na. Bakit talagang lagi na lang kami mag-adjust? Dapat kayo mag-adjust na rin kayo. But this company really has been such a, I don't know what this thing I walked into, but it has just been the best, the best, the best. I'm telling you. This is the happiest place on earth. And, tuwa naman ma'am, diba?
Yeah, yes.
This is the happiest place on earth. Let's get as many people into this party every single week. Kaya nga, I'm very happy. Very, very nervous, but very happy when I saw a lot of people. But this is not it yet. We have just begun. We've not even started. So if you're new and you're thinking, damo, naging sila yan, damo, naging wala pa.